so far, 15 minutes in, Nigel Spatman.
Yeah, it's been a really good tempo, very open game already. As you said, that's probably the closest we've come to a goal. Really an own goal, but there was a foul in there. I think Inter have just settled into it. Milan came out of the blocks, pushed them back, and Inter have just settled into this now.
A little bit of housekeeping. It's worth noting that after 9 minutes, Theo Hernandez and Denzel Dumfries were both shown a yellow card. The only cards that have been shown so far was after a coming together off the ball between the two of them. Giroud finds Macias. Charles de Ketelaere. Rafael Leao. Milan starting to look dangerous, and it's a good save by Handanovic. I think that might have been creeping in.
Yeah, it looked like it was on target from our angle. Good save from Handanovic. Leao giving far too much room. He's such a good player. He can come on the inside and open the goals up like that. He can go on the outside as well. In great form at the moment, Rafa Leao. This is what he can do. You give him the time and the space, he'll pick the shot. Good save from Handanovic.
Now the other end, it's with Dumfries, trapped by Theo Hernandez. Already developing into a very good battle down that Milan left, the Inter right. Skriniar, who Inter fans will be delighted the club have managed to keep after a summer of speculation linking him with PSG.
Yeah, I think it was imperative they kept hold of him, Adam. This defensive back three, I don't think Inzaghi would have been pleased with that. How do you replace him? But he did manage to get a Cherby in. Just on transfer deadline day.
3 new signings this week for Milan. Been a busy week for them, hasn't it? A £1.2 billion takeover of the club completed as well. Hernandez. Sandro Tonali grew up supporting Milan. Calabria came through the academy at Milan. Day for him, always the derby. Here's Tonali. Hernandez. Rafael Leao. A nice touch up towards Macias, but Bastoni was there for Inter. Bastoni, by the way, has been suffering with flu-like symptoms this week. Had been a pre-match doubt, but takes his place in the starting 11. Correa had also been a doubt as well, but he's started at top alongside Lautaro Martinez, with Inzaghi, Nigel, going for Correa rather than Dzeko.
Yeah, which surprised me really, but I think he's gone for mobility with Correa up there, but you never know, Dzeko comes off the bench and likes to score goals from the bench as well. But a big shout with Darmian starting in front of Di Marco as well. Di Marco might have played as the left wing-back.
Well intercepted by Çalhanoğlu, who was then clipped by Benacer. Well, the Inter players, I think, here suggesting maybe there should be a yellow card. And I felt that the referee perhaps has made it difficult for himself by showing a yellow card to both Dumfries and Theo Hernandez after a fairly innocuous incident between the two in the first 10 minutes. He set the bar a bit with that, didn't he? It might have made life difficult for himself.
I think you're absolutely right, Adam. I just think he should have just had a good stern word with the two players and got on with it. It didn't deserve yellow cards, and now for 80 minutes they'll be on that knife edge. One mistimed challenge, they could be off. And they're both aggressive players. It's Dumfries now.
With Handanovic, who's very much a veteran of this fixture. He's retained his place in goal despite the summer signing of Onana from Ajax. De Vrij. Milan technically the home side today. On a 5-game winning streak at San Siro in the league. Kept clean sheets in 4 of those games. Brozovic has made a great burst from midfield. Dumfries to his right. He didn't need him. It's first blood to Inter on Derby Day. And Marcelo Brozovic had the freedom of San Siro to just waltz through and put Inter in front.
Well, this is what I was saying, Adam, about the two strikers splitting. Martinez, Lautaro goes short for it. He's holding the ball up. The referee did really well because he could have blown for a free kick. He let the play go. Then he lays it off, and I think Correa's passed through, sets up Brozovic, the holding midfield player. So look at this, he's fighting on the ball, plays it, and there's that big hole through the centre. And that's a really cool finish for Marcelo Brozovic, right through the middle of the Milan defence. But really good hold-up play from Lautaro. And then the Croatian has the ability to move forward, keep his head, and slot it past the goalkeeper, Mike Maignan, with ease. 1-0 Inter.
The Milan defence disappeared, disintegrated. And Brozovic was able to take full advantage.
Well, he's such an important player, Brozovic, as we know, but normally as a defensive midfield player, dictating the pace of the game, but this time he gets forward. That's a wonderful finish. Brilliant team goal from Inter.
How will Milan react? The champions behind in the derby. Hernandez. Tomori. Theo Hernandez. 4 clean sheets in their last 5 home league games, Milan, but their defence breached. After 22 minutes, that goal from Brozovic. De Ketelaere. Macias to his right. Benacer. Fikayo Tomori. Hernandez.
Well, it's fascinating now with Inter getting in front. They're just sitting a little bit deeper now because they know that's a brilliant tackle. That was Lautaro Martinez again. Brilliant tackle. This is the goal, the run right through the middle of the defence, and he just slots it, doesn't panic. Marcelo Brozovic, that's a brilliant goal from him. Brilliant play all round from Inter.
Didn't panic at all in front of goal, did he?
He didn't. Really cool finish. But that's the problem that the back four of Milan have had. Once they split like that, Correa and Lautaro, they don't know whether to go tight or drop off. This time they got tight and left a massive hole right through the middle, and Brozovic took advantage.
In his 9th season now with Inter, Brozovic. Benacer. Theo Hernandez for Milan. Rafael Leao with a chance to raid down the left. It's a good cross. And Calabria's header is way off target.
Well, Leao is the man they've got to get the ball to if something's going to happen for Milan. Going on the outside, good crossing. He's got to take a touch on his chest there, really. Calabria goes for a header from that angle. You're not going to beat a goalkeeper of Handanovic's quality from there.
Handanovic, Brozovic. These two clubs so well matched. Last season's 4 games produced a win each and 2 draws. There were 2 points between them at the end of last season. They have 19 titles each. 1 point separates them right now in Inter's favour. And they have that 1-goal lead on the day as well, on Derby Day in Milan.
It's interesting, though, isn't it, Inter have a brilliant away record in this fixture at San Siro, don't they? What were you telling me before?
2016, the last time Milan won this fixture as the home side in Serie A. Olivier Giroud. Sinisa Mihajlovic was the head coach the last time Milan won this fixture in the league as the home side. It was 3-0.
That's better play though into Giroud, into his chest, where he can shield the ball and try and swivel on it and get his shot in. It's the first time he's been given the opportunity to have a strike at goal.
A man for the big occasion, isn't he, Olivier Giroud? Those big goals that helped Milan to the title last season. Got those two in that turnaround victory against Inter, the winner against Napoli, the equaliser in that game at Lazio. They won all three of those games. Scored twice on the final day as well.
Yes, scored some big goals for them last season. I mean, at 35, he just seems to get better, Giroud. But I know they brought Origi in, who's on the bench today, but I've always felt they need some fresh legs, young legs up top to really hurt teams in behind, because Giroud wants to come to feet. Ibra, when he's fit, he likes to come to feet. They need someone who actually pushes the back three or the back four back towards their own goal at times.
Macias. It's a little awkward that for Skriniar, but he dealt with it very well. Lautaro Martinez going to ground a little too easily there. Tomori. Hernandez. Benacer. Calabria nods on to Macias. Calabria. Kalulu. Can they find some cutting edge here, the champions? Macias, nicked off in by Çalhanoğlu. Darmian. Correa. Bastoni. All given away. They could be in trouble here. Tonali, Rafael Leao to his left. Rafael Leao! Fantastic finish! There was no stopping that. And what a reaction from the champions. All square at San Siro.
Well, it's a terrible pass out from the back from Çalhanoğlu. Presented it straight to Tonali, who wasn't going to mess around. He drove forward, waited for the time to play it to his left-hand side to Leao, and Leao hits it first time. Adanovic gets a bit of a hand to it, but not enough. And I said, he's the man they've got to get the ball to. So they give the ball away. Tonali waits and waits, slips it, and that's a brilliant strike going across goal, across Adanovic before he gets set properly, gets a hand to it. There's so much power in the shot from Leao, but it finds the back of the net for 1-1. Brilliant strike, but really poor defensive play from Çalhanoğlu.
Well, both defences could be accused of switching off for both of the goals. Rafael Leao in Gazzetta dello Sport was accused of disappearing in the draw with Sassuolo during the week. He's turned up today. And we've got some game on our hands, as we thought we might.
Absolutely brilliant game. It's been end-to-end stuff. I mean, I thought the first goal from Inter was a real good team goal, but that was terrible defensively from Inter. Gave the ball away, and Milan, at this level, you can't make those mistakes. And against Milan, with Tonali and Leao, they're going to punish you, and that's what they did.
Tonali. Milan now 20 Serie A games unbeaten. They've won 13 of those since their last loss in January against Spezia. Their only loss in 24 league games. Now there's a bit of afters here involving Giroud and Skriniar. I think Giroud feels that maybe Skriniar is making the most of that. It's our second flashpoint in the game after the earlier one involving Hernandez and Dumfries.
Well, VAR will definitely be looking at this, how late it was from Giroud. Was there a contact? The referee's got to keep a lid on this, it's boiling. Oh, he's caught him, he's flicked out. It's an accident, but he's flicked out to play the ball on Giroud, and he's caught Skriniar just inside the thigh. It's a complete accident, that one, for me.
So a booking for the Frenchman.
That's another strange booking for me. But this was the goal, though. He hits it first time on his left foot. He could have cut it back on his right foot and gone for the other corner, but the weight on the pass is perfect from Tonali to hit first time. And there you go, Florenzi's shirt, because he's out injured.
A show of support for Florenzi. Gabbia among those celebrating their Milan player who stood on the terraces at San Siro watching Milan, supporting Milan as a boy with his grandparents. Here's Rafael Leao, who's the player of the year in Serie A last season. And there was those rumours during the window about potential interest from Chelsea, but Stefano Pioli was asked about that by the Italian press yesterday and said he never feared losing him, said the club had always been reassuring him in the background that Rafael Leao would be kept at the club. And I think he'll be really pleased as well that it's not just Rafael Leao, Nigel, who stayed. He's kept the group together, hasn't he?
Well, that's what you need to do if you go and win the Scudetto, as Milan did last year. You've got to hold on to your best players, because other teams are going to want to sign even better players. So you've got to hold on to your best players if you want to develop something, and that's what's so important, keeping Leao. I think Chelsea came in with a massive bid of 110,000 euros or something like that. It's a massive bid. They've held on to him.
Of course, did lose Kessie, but they've added to the squad as well as keeping the rest of those who helped take them to the league last season.
Lovely ball from Tonali, who's getting too much space in the middle of the park now, and he's playing balls into Giroud. They're being a lot more positive and direct now, Milan. They needed to be. They were gifted the goal, basically.
I mentioned Milan are 20 league games unbeaten. Inter have won 6 of their last 7 league games. And they've got him behind them here. It's Olivier Giroud! Well, it really sat up nicely for him there, and he's so frustrated he didn't at least get it on target.
Well, it's on his favourite left foot. Good movement, but again, he gets him behind. Skriniar gets too tight. And Durai doesn't see the ball. Bastoni comes across, but he snatches at it. Giroud, it wouldn't come down for him, so he could actually hook it on across the goals.
Great turn by Marcelo Brozovic. What a clever player he is. But he's giving it away here. Just had to dig it out from under his feet. Tonali, Rafael Leao to his left. Giroud and Tonali!
Brilliant play, just the finish was lacking from Tonali.
Milan look in the mood now. Theo Hernandez tries one!
But they're all over the place at the moment, defensively. Inter. And that's because Milan are on the front foot. They're squeezing the space. They're getting in front of the blue shirts. Brilliant strike from Theo Hernandez, just rising over the top of the crossbar. But they've got to regroup here, Inter.
The pendulum has very much swung back in Milan's favour now, hasn't it? In terms of the run of play, the side with the momentum.
Absolutely. As I said, they were gifted that ball, which they took full advantage of. Get the equaliser, but up to that point, Inter were actually in control of this game. Now it's swung the other way.
Çalhanoğlu chasing this. Misjudged that by Tomori, and they got away with one there, Milan.
Well, he's leaving it for his goalkeeper. And saying, where are you? You shouted for it, got nowhere near it.
The Cape Larder was stronger. Giroud beyond him. Macias on the outside. Cleared by Skriniar, who knew that Rafael Leao was behind him. Corner Milan. Great intensity and energy about this. 10 to go in the first half.
I just wonder if he gets his head up, plays it to the back stick. Liao's all unmarked. He's coming in headed to the number 2. I think Ibra's enjoying the game.
I bet he wishes he was out there.
I'm sure he does. He'll definitely be in the dressing room at half-time, that's for sure.
He'll probably lead the team talk.
You're not wrong.
Can Milan score again while they appear on top? Ismail Benacer will take this for the Rossoneri. Referee not happy with something here, some shirt tugging. Is this Charles de Ketelaere's first Milan derby? And it goes eventually from Benacer, and it was a decent chance that, as his reaction suggests, for Charles de Ketelaere.
Yeah, it's a brilliant ball whipped in by Benacer on that left foot of his, and it's a brilliant header, just can't control it there from Ketelaere. Can't get over the top of the ball and get it on target.
Just a reminder that this is part of a Golazzo Live double header, and with the two Jameses, great to have Golazzo Live back. De Ketelaere goes down, but the referee says the first contact was outside the box, although he very much went down inside it.
Yeah, he's brought it back for the first infringement. Didn't think there was enough for a penalty. He brings it back. Good play for De Ketelaere. There he gives it for the little tug. A really positive play from De Ketelaere. And it's outside the box for sure, whatever happened there. But this is in a really dangerous situation now for Inter to defend against.
Seven minutes of the first half remaining. And it seems a long time, doesn't it? A lot's happened since he gave Inter the lead. What a right reaction it's been from the champions, the reaction of champions. Can they find a way to get in front? Good distance out, isn't it?
It's a really good distance, this, and you've got the right foot and the left foot. So for the goalkeeper, Handanovic, he's got to protect one side and the wall the other way. But we know that Tonali can get it up and over the wall with his right foot, and Hernandez with his left foot. This is a big chance to really test the goalkeeper.
Mike Maignan is giving his advice as well. You'd have to think he's the favourite to hit this. But Tonali is there as well. Will it be the right boot of Sandro Tonali, or will it be the cultured left foot of Theo Hernandez?
Do you think there's space to go around the outside of that wall? The goalkeeper's right.
Has the potential to be a big moment in the derby, this. It's Tonali, and it's off the wall, and then it's hit early by Benacer.
Poor free kick though, Adam. We gave it the big build-up. Tonali hit it straight at his own player. Watch this. Poor effort. Straight into the wall. I don't think there's handball in there, although they're looking at it. But they keep giving the ball away like that in the middle of the park. Inter, they're really starting to get punished. Tonali just couldn't get enough power in the shot. Really good play from him into Giroud, the layoff, and really a bit of a back pass from Tonali.
Another big game still to come today after this one. It is at the Olimpico, where Lazio host Napoli. We have more action tomorrow as well. Cremonese against Sassuolo, and Spezia against Bologna as well. I think you're enjoying the start to the Serie A season. We certainly are at BT Sports. Great to be covering the league once again this season. Could well be another title race for the ages, couldn't it? Theo Hernandez is the player down.
I don't think Correa thinks anything happened there. I think he thinks that Hernandez just thrown himself on the floor, but we'll see better from this angle. Oh, look at that. To be fair, it's an embarrassment sometimes, players doing this sort of thing. But unfortunately, that's the modern game.
Still the conversation goes on between Correa and Theo Hernandez. Tonali and Benacer are there for Milan. The Cape Lard are one of those hoping for a good delivery. Giroud on the edge of the box, left by Tonali. It will be taken by Benacer. And the header by Hernandez, comfortably off target.
Yeah, just couldn't get above it there, Theo Hernandez. Lovely floated ball in, he gets up well, hangs in the air, but just can't control his head up because he's just slightly coming down. Gets underneath it.
Said that he felt his side were, as he put it, too frenetic against Sassuolo. Stefano Pioli. Been very disappointed with the Inter goal, but delighted, one would assume, with his side's reaction to going a goal down in this derby.
Yeah, I think that'd be the pleasing thing for Pioli, is the reaction. Getting that goal back, and then they've been the dominant team.
Inter just weren't able at all to build on that goal, were they?
But once they made that mistake, once they got the goal, they were in control of it, Adam, I felt. But then they give that ball away, Calhanoglu, and they get punished for it, back on 1-1, and then can't get back into it.
In towards Giroud, and it was looping.
Yeah, it's a difficult header, that, to control it.
Damian. Brozovic signed that new deal last season until 2026. How he earned that new deal as well.
Yeah, if he's out of the team for any length of time, they really do struggle. They don't have anybody in the squad who's similar to Brozovic.
Calhanoglu. Martinez struggling to get into the game at the moment. Benacer, Rafael Leao has peeled wide. Theo Hernandez making a run beyond him. It's still Rafael Leao. It came off Skriniar, I think it was. Damian. Well played by Kalulu. Milan supporters enjoyed that. Damian comes away with it. Last minute of the half. Skriniar.
All in all, Adam, I think going in at level at half-time is just about right. And I think if you're Milan, you think you've had the better chances. I think level's about right.
Bastoni. Still time yet for one of these sides to get themselves in front before the break. Damian. Calhanoglu opened up for the shot, blocked well by Benacer, and can they counter now? Inter have got numbers committed forward, he's overrun it though, Benacer. So frustrating for Milan now. Now Brozovic. Lautaro Martinez out of his feet. And it's deflected wide for a corner.
Well, it's one end to the other here at the moment, but a lovely ball from Brozovic into Martinez, and I have to say, Tomori does really well to come across, make that block out for the corner.
So just the 60 seconds of added time at the end of the half. They've had 30 of those seconds. Certainly time for this corner, though. Skriniar's up from the bat and being watched. And it goes from Çalhanoğlu. Barella. Oh, what a frantic first half it's been on Derby Day at San Siro. Mistakes at the bat led to both of the goals. Brozovic it was who got the first for Inzaghi's side after 21 minutes, but they only led for 7 minutes. Rafael Leao, the player of the year in Serie A last season, with the equaliser after getting the pass from Tonali. At half-time then, it is Milan 1, Inter 1.
Bats take the field for the second half, as you can see. Inter there discussing Correa and the rest how they're going to retake control of this game. It is 1-1. It does feel a little bit like it's Milan's game at the moment, though, James Horncastle.
Yeah, we mentioned that Inter are playing a bit of a low block, more in tune with what they did on the Conte, really, than under Inzaghi last year. I think that's maybe once bitten, twice shy, you know, after what happened to them in this fixture last year. Certainly, we're used to Bastoni as the centre-backs kind of pushing up, being that, you know, joining in attacks. We haven't seen that so far today. San Siro looking
England will be
splendid.
playing Italy here in just under 3 weeks in the Nations League.
But, yeah, it was quite interesting. And towards the end of that half, Inter had a corner kick.
Yeah.
That's one of Inter's superpowers, is their corners. And, you know, even when it came to Pioli's team selection, he was talking yesterday how he had to have height in his team. That's why one of the reasons why De Ketelaere is playing over the miniature Brahim Diaz. But they'll have to be careful of giving up corners, because that will give Inter a way through. I suppose the concern with Inter last year, and we saw it in the Lazio game repeat itself earlier this season, is they can be rattled in these big games. And they don't have the same kind of consistency, that unflappable nature that we saw under Conte when it really comes to the crunch in the Madonnina. So this is going to be a big test for them in the next 45 minutes.
Well, Inter have already lost in quite sizable fashion one big fixture this season when they went down 3-1 to Lazio just over a week ago. What awaits them and us in the second half? Let's find out with our commentators who remain. Nigel Spackman and first, Adam Summerton.
Thank you, James. Yeah, the new Milan hierarchy are among those in the crowd today watching. I think we just saw in a moment or so ago Franco Baresi as well, Milan legends, as the Inter president as well. It's the hottest ticket in town, the derby, and it's very hard to predict which way this particular contest will go. Of course, Milan's start so far in the season, I'm talking about, not quite as good as the previous campaigns. The champions 2 points down on their tally at this stage of last season. Inter 1 point worse off in that respect, but it was certainly Nigel Milan who finished that first half more strongly than their city rivals.
Yeah, I think once they got that equaliser, they were the main team pushing forward, trying to get in front. I think Inter really went a little bit defensively and invited the pressure, but it 1-1 at half-time. This could be a tremendous second half we have here. I think there's going to be more goals for sure.
Yeah, it does feel like a game with more to give. Well, we hope so anyway. Milan it was who won the last Serie A derby, not since 2011, more than a decade ago now, have they won back-to-back league games against Inter. That was the first 2 Serie A derbies of Max Allegri's reign with Milan. I just wonder at times whether Inzaghi has got the balance of this Inter side completely right yet, particularly away from home. They are nominally the away side today. 7 away games in the league now, if you include this one without a clean sheet.
I think the thing for Inzaghi is just trying to settle back down, like all the speculation of players leaving. Some players have come in, and now you need to really regroup. If they get a result here today, I mean a draw, it'd be a good result for Inter. I think the pressure really is on Milan to try and push on and win this game. If you look at the league table, they're behind. They need to start scoring some goals. They've scored 1 today, but over the season they haven't scored enough goals yet, and that's what they need in this second half. They need to really be on the front foot as they finish the first half, Milan.
Misjudged by Charles De Ketelaere. He was nicknamed King Charles at his previous Club Bruges in Belgium. Admires Kevin De Bruyne, the Manchester City midfielder, says he watches a lot of his highlights reels on YouTube. Of course, he's an international teammate of him as well.
Yeah, I was impressed with him in that opening 45 minutes. I think his work rate, his ability on the ball, wanting to get forward as well. I think King Charles had a really good first half. He was up for the battle.
He certainly was. His first Milan derby, on the ball again here. Again shows good strength. I guess he should do really at 6'4". Posing physically, Macias. Fouled by Çalhanoğlu.
Yeah, it's a foul. Çalhanoğlu had a poor first half for me. He's got to do better in the second half. Got to keep the ball better and try and break forward at the right times and push into forward.
Giroud, so often a man for the big occasion. Will that prove to be the case again this evening? Rafael Leao already has one. Tonali and Benacer sizing this up. So many on the edge of the box here as Tonali floats it in. It was deflected and the header is watched wide. The effort from Theo Hernandez.
Yeah, again, it wasn't the best of balls in, but that little flick, deflection there, put height on it, and that gave Theo Hernandez a chance to stoop down and try and get it on target. Just goes wide of Hranovic's left-hand post.
Both these clubs with Champions League football to look forward to next week. Milan drawn in the same group as Chelsea, Salzburg and Dinamo Zagreb. Inter's three opponents, Bayern, Barcelona and Victoria Plzeň. Tough group for Inter in particular.
Yeah, once you get into the Champions League, you know, they're all tough games. You can't take anything for granted. And this game will set both of them up for the midweek. They would have been in a battle today, but they'll really be up to pace, ready for Champions League football midweek.
Judged by Tonali. Said to be in talks over a new deal. Tonali, they're saying he might double his money. So important at the end of last season. He and that's Rafael Leao in particular going forward, putting some exceptional performances in those closing weeks, but defensively, collectively, so strong at the end of last season, Milan. It's what took them to the title. They were the fourth highest scorers, Inter were the top scorers. Dumfries quite squeeze it through to Barella. Rafael Leao. Correa. Brozovic. Çalhanoğlu. Darmian. Bastoni. Good movement here by Darmian. Dumfries was arriving, and it's come to Joaquin Correa. The kick ladder with the challenge. And a free kick here for Inter and a yellow card for the Belgian international.
In the end, I think it's a good free kick to give away. It was a foul, I'm not sure about a yellow card, but he got back in. Just takes the touch, Correa's going to... And there you see the challenge. It's a definite free kick. In a really nice situation, this, for Inter now.
He was winded a little bit by that challenge, Lautaro Martinez. Correa, rather, it was winded. Seems fine. Çalhanoğlu, the former Milan man, he has already made that error that led to the Rotoneris equaliser. Now looks the favourite to take this. The Milan players happy about the placement here. But in the 7th minute of the second half, this could be a big moment.
Big moment. He wants to redeem himself a little bit here. Çalhanoğlu, can he get it past Mike Maignan? It's a good distance, it's central, so he can go either side. Bastoni's there with the left foot as well, but I think he's going to leave it to the right foot of Çalhanoğlu. Can he get it up and over the wall with enough pace to beat the goalkeeper?
Now, I remember him coming to Serie A with a reputation, a big reputation from Germany as a free-kick specialist. Not too many better in European football in this sort of situation, but will he live up to that now? Derby day would be a time to. So it's Çalhanoğlu to hit this, and it's into the wall. Certainly got plenty of power in it, but little in the way of elevation.
I think, again, he went for power rather than direction. That was a poor free kick once again. You've got to test the goalkeeper from that distance. As central, you've got to get up over the wall. Smashes it straight into the wall.
I have to say, Nigel, by his standards, that was really underwhelming.
Yeah.
Darmian is flicked on by Lautaro, and good take by Mike Maignan. Won the Golden Glove in Serie A last season. Here's Theo Hernandez. Tonali had made the burst from midfield. Cross came De Vrij. Leao's cross, Giroud hit it early! It's the man for the big occasion, yet again for Milan. He just loves the huge games. And he's turned up trumps again for the champions. They've turned it all around in the derby. They lead 2-1.
Well, they just seem to switch off again into here. Nobody marks Giroud. They're all ball watching. When the cross comes in, his movement, he doesn't hit it cleanly either. Watch, they're all watching. Bastoni drops off towards his goal. He just stays in the space. He hits it into the ground. It bounces again in front of Handanovic, but it finds the back of the net, and that's what Giroud can do. His movement was good, but having said that, the marking from the back three of Inter was atrocious.
Rafael Leao has a goal and an assist, and the man who turned it all around in the last Serie A derby, when Milan came from a goal down to win 2-1, is on the score sheet again, and Ibra and Pioli are loving this.
And rightly so as well, but they still know they've got a game on their hands, plenty of minutes left. It's right on an edge this, but Milan deserve to be in front.
They've done it to Inter again, come from behind to lead, but still a long way to go. Correa, Darmian, Macias.
You see that so many times when teams play with a back three, Adam. They don't mark. Normally, if you play with the back four and you've got two centre-backs, one of them marks the centre-forward. Sometimes in a back three, they don't mark, and that's what happened there for Inter.
De Ketelaere, Tonali. Theo Hernandez. Bastoni headed clear, Tonali. And Giroud, it nearly fell for him again. Correa. Big test of character this for Inter. Tripped by De Ketelaere, who has already been booked. He's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, good play from Skriniar though, but he has got to be careful once you've got a yellow. But it's going to be a big test of character here for Inter, and also I think for Simone Inzaghi. What do I do? I need to try and get back into this game. Do I bring Dzeko on at the 60-minute mark? What do I do? He's got some big calls to make.
Macias, good ball. Rafael Leao. Inter could be in trouble again. Bastoni was there, and Macias to put the shot in. Corner it will be. It's been hurting trying to make that effort, Macias.
Yeah, Bastoni did well to go out and close him down, put him under pressure, but Leao with the cross. Giroud just pulls away from his markers, and it finds the back of the net. They're all looking at each other. The back three, Chananolu, the goalkeeper, saying, how did he get in there and get that shot in the back of the net? Just really poor marking. Leao did so well again, though.
Well, Stefano Pioli was talking about the new owners, saying how enthusiastic they've been in the background since the takeover was completed this week. They'll be enjoying this.
Well, if you don't enjoy these games, you don't know much about football, do you? Brilliant atmosphere here at San Siro. Two quality teams, Champions League teams. Great rivalry over the years. And they both want to win. And those supporters, those Milan supporters, are having the last laugh at the moment.
Jerry Cardinale is the man that Pioli was specifically referring to when he was talking about enthusiasm from Redbird Capital. He was their founder in 2014, a private investment firm who've taken over Milan this week. A round of applause, by the way, a nod to Elliott, the hedge fund that has helped restore Milan to the top of Italian football. What a job they've done in the 4 years they've owned the club. Made a huge difference. Towards Giroud it went. Dumfries got it clear. Correa flicked on. Benacer. Just get the feeling Inter are going to need to just dig in a little bit here, just to suffer for a little while until they can get a foothold again in this, because Milan are looking in the mood, seeking a third.
No, you're absolutely right. They're full control at the moment, 2-1 up. They're keeping the ball well. Inter really sixes and sevens out there. They can't get hold of the ball, can't get any possession, and I think that's why Inzaghi's got to look to make changes here.
Well, Dzeko is potentially an obvious one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but also he can change the wing back, or if he feels Bastoni is struggling after his illness, got to make those big calls with likes of Di Marco, Goossens out there.
I've been surprised, Nigel, with Goossens. He doesn't seem to fancy him. He's not seen a lot of action at all since his arrival from Atalanta. Tonali, pulled back by Skriniar.
Did well there, Tonali. He knew what was happening with Skriniar. It wasn't much of a touch. It was a free kick. Watch this. It's a little grab there, and he goes down. He's just grown into such an important player now. Tonali, him and Leao.
Nice touch by Giroud. Rafael Leao. And he goes on. It's brilliant! What a player! He's got the world at his feet. 2 goals and an assist in the derby. And from 1-0 down, the champions lead 3-1.
And out of absolutely nothing. When you're this good, Leao good, you can do anything. They were frightened of him. Nobody got tight to him. What you do now, Inzaghi? But that's a wonderful goal. Just glides past that back three and then has the composure just to pass it in the back of the net, past Adanovic. Who said he didn't turn up midweek? Well, he certainly turned up today. Beautiful play. Glides past. The only thing on this would VAR looking at was Giroud offside in the build-up, but what a goal that is from Leao. Little touch there, and then he just runs it, players, quick feet, acceleration and composure. He's got it all, that lad.
It's a majestic goal. It's sheer quality from one of the best talents in European football right now, who has produced a fantastic, influential performance. Cardinale and co. are loving their first game as Milan owners, but how they've turned this around and how Inter have let this game get away from them, Nigel.
Absolutely, 1-0 up, comfortable. Çalhanoğlu gives the ball away in the middle of the park, and suddenly it's 1-1, and then it's been dominance really from Milan up to half-time, and second half they've just been different class, and now Dzeko's going to come off the bench expecting to do something, but your team's 3-1 down, you've only got half an hour to go. It's going to be tough for Inter.
Well, he knows that these are the sort of occasions on which he will be judged as Inter head coach.
If I'm completely honest, Adam, I have to say I think he left it too late. He could have made the change at half-time, Inzaghi, been positive. But now at 3-1 down, it's going to be tough.
Well, his first derby is over. Certainly made a good contribution. In just over an hour that he's been on the pitch, Charles de Lara, and it's a straight swap really in that position. Two very physically different players, but I would imagine that Brahim Diaz will play just behind Olivier Giroud in the area where de Lara had been. But he's been so quiet today. Lautaro Martinez, Dzeko and Di Marco are coming on. A triple change, Mkhitaryan is coming on too. But as you say, Nigel, maybe Inzaghi has left it too late already. I suppose with added time, we've probably got about half an hour to go, and I suppose on Derby Day you never quite know.
Well, you never know, but if they push too many people forward, they get picked off by Milan in this mood. The 3-1 down, they don't want it to be 4-5. So he's made the 3 changes, but I just think it's too late. But we'll see.
Well, plenty who expected Dzeko to start today, but he went with Correa, who's, like Lautaro Martinez, struggled to affect the game. Cleared by Davide Calabria. Milan and Inter were the toughest sides to beat in Serie A last season. They only lost 4 games each. Could it be a second defeat of the season already of the new campaign for Inter? 20 Serie A matches unbeaten now for Milan, heading towards making that 21 at the moment. Calabria. It was just the ease with which Rafael Leao glided past 2 Inter defenders for that third goal, though, Nigel. I mean, yes, it was great skill, but it would be a massive concern as well for Inzaghi, that, wouldn't it?
Well, absolutely. They all got in a line, the back 3, and he just glides away. He pulls the ball away and glides past them, and then that acceleration away, gets his head up, gets it onto his right foot, and just passes it in the back of the net. But defensively, where were you, defenders? I'm not sure that Bastoni should have started this game. Only trained yesterday. I think that was a big, big ask of him. I'm not so sure after the game if Inzaghi will say, I made the poor call there. Di Marco should have started.
Damian. Tripped by Calabria.
Yeah, it's a trip. Damian did well. But they can break the play up now, Milan. They're 3-1 up, just giving little free kicks away, stopping any flow that Inter get.
I just wonder as well here whether we're seeing an Inter perhaps still a little scarred by what happened to them against Milan in the last Serie A derby of the campaign, when they came from a goal down to win 2-1. It was such a pivotal, or key, maybe not pivotal, but a key moment in the season, that come from behind victory, the 2 goals for Giroud.
Yeah, I think that would have affected them, but the next game is you want to win it. And that's what they needed to come out and show some character today. They started off well, got in front, and then since they went level, they've been second best all around, Inter.
Mkhitaryan. Di Marco. Can they get one back here? Dzeko waits in the middle! They have got one back! What an impact off the bench from Edin Dzeko. Maignan beaten, and Inter reduce the deficit to 1.
What an amazing game this is. Off the bench, and that's what he can do. I'm surprised he didn't start, as I said earlier. Darmian ran the outside, and again Giroud gets away. I think this time it's away from Tomori. Gets in there at the near post, past Mike Maignan, no chance for him. Hits the post, finds the back of the net. What a game we got on our hands.
It's turning into this potentially a derby classic, isn't it? The change made by Inzaghi pays almost instant dividends. But it does add fuel to the fire as to whether the team selection was right in the first place. Whether Dzeko should have started this game. Mkhitaryan, Calabria, Tonali, so open in the derby. Theo Hernandez. Giroud makes a dart into the box. This is Rafael Leao, who's on a hat-trick. Dzeko. Di Marco makes the run. They're raiding forward here. And Lautaro Martinez with a chance to hit it! Ah, stretch with the champions there. And this is quite the reaction from Inter to going 3-1 down.
And what a chance that is on his left foot. But brilliant from Di Marco. Fresh legs come in. Wins the ball, plays it to Dzeko, more fresh legs. And then the movement. And this is Leao with the goal. Beautiful finish, but the build-up, the gliding away from the players, the ability to get his head up was superb.
Skriniar under pressure from Giroud. Dumfries, great run. Was he caught there now? Theo Hernandez is on a yellow card. Oh, that's a big decision from the referee. Inter were asking the question.
I have to say, I think Dumfries played for it, but there was a block off. That was a free kick for me. Theo Hernandez got himself very square. The referee, I think, has just decided, well, I'm going to have to send him off. So let's play on. A real let-off for Hernandez.
20 minutes just over of normal time to go. What a derby it's been so far. I hope you're enjoying this as much as Nigel and I are. Dzeko gives chase. That's a good ball, and Darmian. Oh, Lautaro Martinez was arriving in the middle, and Dumfries with the chance to cross. And Lautaro Martinez! Brilliant save! What a stop from Mike Maignan.
But how well did Lautaro Martinez get up and get that header down? Brilliant save from Mike Maignan, pushing it away, but this is so open, this game.
I think there seems to be some sort of check going on here.
Brilliant save. That's gone past him. It's headed down, and he pushes it out. That's a brilliant save from Mike Maignan.
Well, Salamakers is going to be coming on. A yellow card was shown there. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure who that was shown to. Well, there you go, Inzaghi.
I think he was complaining about the challenge from Hernandez over the other side with Dumfries. Thought he should have been yellow carded and was off.
Darmian will take the throw-in. Over it goes towards Dzeko, but through to Mike Maignan. Are you surprised, Nigel, how open Milan are allowing this to be, bearing in mind the situation with the scoreline?
I am, because I think they've got to get the ball and build up from the back, and that means the midfield players have got to be brave enough to come and get it to feet. But I think Pioli's saying, well, let's not mess around in there, let's just get it forward early. And then you lose the possession. So he doesn't want them playing it at the back, he wants them to do this, push it forward, but then you've got to stay on side, long ball. This is the one, look, the arm across. They feel that should have been up, free kick and a yellow card. The referee's having none of it. And this is the movement in behind Dzeko's goal. Beautiful movement from him. Lovely ball from Damian. 3-2.
So Salamakis will replace Macias on the right, and it's Divock Origi who's coming on for Olivier Giroud. Origi's first taste of a Milan derby. His third appearance for the Rossoneri, all from the bench. Often made an impact, didn't he, as a sub for Liverpool? Will he do the same here? And a big game player as well.
Absolutely. Liverpool might have done with him at Goodison today. Get a goal. Maybe he'll come on and get a goal for Milan.
Origi chasing, De Vrij covering. Where will this wonderful derby take us next? Back it goes from Damian to Handanovic. Both these clubs took 9 points from their 6 games against the rest of the top 4 last season. Both lost one of those matches, Inter against Milan. Rossoneri were beaten at home by Napoli.
Just showing that it wasn't offside. The movement was brilliant from Dzeko, getting across the defender, across that near post. Just hit the target, that's what he did.
Benacer. Hernandez. Rafael Leao. He's lost it. Played them into trouble. Martinez. Dzeko. And still Edin Dzeko. Looked to place it and saved by the feet of Mike Maignan. They'll keep it going. Mkhitaryan. And Dumfries. And Çalhanoğlu. And Lautaro Martinez. And Di Marco. Milan coming under all sorts of pressure here. And who would have thought that at 3-1? But Inter are having a right go.
They are having a right go, and it's all down to the substitution that Inzaghi has made. Really livened them up. Di Marco coming on, Dzeko coming on. They've been really up for this off the bench.
Will something drop in the box here for Inter? Di Marco will take it. You can't take your eyes off this. They're checking VAR here for a possible penalty, which is why there's just this hold-up in the taking of the free kick. Check over, and there will be no penalty. Will there be a goal here, though, for Inter? Final quarter of an hour at San Siro. Di Marco whips it in. And it's going to be a corner. More defending for Milan to do.
But from that free kick, they're so deep now, Milan. They're really on the edge of their own 6-yard box. Inviting the pressure from Inter.
They're asking for trouble here, Milan, aren't they?
They are. They can't get a hold of the ball. They've got no composure. They were 3-1 up. They were cruising.
The outswinger, and that was won in commanding fashion in the air by Tomori. That was better defensively. But you just wonder if it keeps coming back at Milan like it is at the moment for 15 minutes, how long they will last, whether they will see this out or not.
Well, we've seen it over the last couple of seasons, how dramatic ending to these games.
Maybe doing some attacking of their own could be the best form of defence. Just a reminder, it's a double header of Golazzo Live. We are back with a bang, aren't we? The two Jameses. Here's Çalhanoğlu. He'll hit it! Oh, what a save! Brilliant stop from Mike Maignan, who's being kept busy, and Inter really are threatening an equaliser here.
Well, there's so much space for him to take this on, hit a fantastic shot. That's going right in the top corner. What a world-class save that is.
What a stop that is. World-class that from the Milan goalkeeper. A booking for Tonali. It's all happening at San Siro. This is breathless stuff. Milan lead, but it's a fragile lead. Inter piling on the pressure. Goalkeeper comes and got a convincing punch on that. Going to come straight back at them. Brozovic to send it in. It's got too much on it though. It's a let off that for Milan.
It was a let off for Milan. A good punch in the first place from Mike Maignan, who was under pressure. But this save, look at this from this angle. The agility and the quick feet to get across. Calhanoglu puts cut on that, so it's bending away from him. He gets his feet across, good agility, and gets up with that right hand and pushes it away. Dzeko with the pass back really, and the goalkeeper kicks it away with his feet because he was going down too early.
Just listen to San Siro. These two city rivals, after suffering in tandem for a decade, are right back at the top of Italian football. And doesn't it sound good inside here today? Tifos before kickoff looked incredible as well, both in the Champions League this coming week as well. And they're playing out an absolute cracker of a derby for us here.
They are, but they just can't keep the ball at the moment, Milan. Inter are really, since the substitutions, I say, really stepped it up. They've been quicker, they've been playing on the front foot, and Milan are dropping deeper and deeper, inviting the pressure. Can't keep hold of the ball.
Kalulu with the header. Mkhitaryan. Inter so much better since the changes. Di Marco. Theo Hernandez. Can Milan see it through? Can Inter rescue this in the final 10 minutes or so? Brahim Diaz. Hernandez. Lautaro Martinez down clutching his face. I'll be interested to see again whether there was any contact. Actually, VAR will take a look at that as well. Darmian is in a hurry, so are Inter collectively. Brozovic, Martinez back to his feet. Milan have it back again. And the referee gives Inter a free kick.
Well, Martinez, Lautaro is still complaining about this. For me, there's nothing there. He's just gone down play acting, trying to get him booked and sent off.
Dzeko. Origi, good turn. Skips away from the challenge. Rafael Leao might want it. And then Mkhitaryan. That was fair, says the referee. I just wondered for a moment whether the pass was on for Leao.
It was on, but he had his head down, Divock. Going for goal, he should have looked to his left-hand side, just played it to Leao.
Brozovic. Di Marco miscontrolled it, and then there seemed to be a pull on the shirt, but the referee allows them to carry on. Salamakers. 3 against 4, Salamakers. Rafael Leao. He might decide to bend it. He's turned inside again. Great challenge. Well, Skriniar wasn't done that time.
Yeah, stayed on his feet most of the time, and then when it timed it, sliding in to take it off Leao's foot. It's been such a good game, end-to-end, open game. Good challenges coming in. This was the one. Just runs into Mkhitaryan there. Divock Origi should have played it to his left-hand side to Leao. And what a save, world class, by Magnon.
Milan in not too much of a hurry to take this, which is probably understandable. Hernandez. Origi. They somehow found a way through there. What a goal that would have been.
Yeah, good feet from the fresh legs of Divock Origi coming on. That's what they've got to do, Milan. Keep the ball, slow the game down, take the sting out of it. Good play from Origi.
Just a reminder, this part of a double header on Golazzo Live, and it could be another cracker next as well. Lazio against Napoli at the Olimpico. What a league Serie A has become, delivering the big games. And that has all sorts of potential. Tomorrow, the early game is Cremonese, newly promoted, up against Sassuolo. That's on 4. And then we've got Spezia Bologna as well tomorrow at 2 o'clock. But we still have here, well, around 7 minutes of normal time, plus whatever we get added on, and Milan making a double change. Pobega and Kier are the two players coming on. Tonali and Calabria will come off. So one would imagine Calabria will hand over the armband he does here to Theo Hernandez.
I just wonder if that means they're going to go to a back three. Match up what Inter are doing. To wait and see on that.
We'll see. D'Ambrosio is coming on here for Inter. It's De Vrij. I think, yeah, De Vrij who comes off for him. Gosens on for Darmian, which will be a swap on the left-hand side. If they don't take anything from this, I think there will be some regret for Inzaghi. Maybe about his original team selection.
Absolutely, Adam. I think that would be the inquest after the game if they do lose this.
The feeling in Italy, although not universal, I think a majority would have said they had the best squad on paper in Serie A last season. Yes, they won 2 trophies, but they didn't win the league. They also made it out the group stage in the Champions League, which was an achievement by Inzaghi, something they not done under Conte. So there was progress, but a lot of eyes will be focused, a lot of minds will be focused on whether they can win the league this season. Into Hernandez looking to drive on, led by Brahim Diaz. Origi on the turn. Brozovic with the header. Lautaro Martinez was challenged by Kalulu. Again, he just went down too easily there. Di Marco with the ball back here to Handanovic. D'Ambrosio. Final 5 minutes at San Siro. You just can't help but wonder if we're going to get some late drama here. It's been that sort of game.
Yeah, they have gone to a back three, just matching up Inter now. Correa here on the ball. Tomori to his left and Kalulu to his right. It's been drama from start to nearly finish, so don't blink.
Tarian, who was felled there. collision with Pobega. He was on loan at Torino last season. Di Marco able to bring this a long way. Brahim Diaz took it away from Brozovic. It was important that he did, actually, from a Milan perspective. I suppose here the key thing to look out for, Nigel, is whether Milan start to sit back in the closing stages or whether they can continue to keep getting up the pitch to avoid unrelenting pressure from Inzaghi's side in the closing stages.
What they need to do better is actually keep the ball. I think with Brea coming on, his experience alongside the two young centre-backs, Tamori and Kalulu, here drop off, get on the ball, get them started as well, and then try and play into midfield. And if they have to play it long, you play it long. Try and pull Inter onto you and hit them on the counter with your possession.
Salamakis. Benacer. Milan edging closer to the points. Hernandez. Brahim Diaz looking to hold off Di Marco. And Rafael Leao is there, and Pobega's with him, and Rafael Leao wanted to get the hat-trick, didn't he?
He did. Good play from Diaz down this right-hand side. Should have gone down for the foul, his manager said, but he carried on away from Di Marco and cuts it back from Leao. Poor effort from Leao in the end.
Mkhitaryan. Marcelo Brozovic. Gosens just behind him from Dzeko. Time running out for Inter. Clever ball. Mkhitaryan's found a bit of space. All got a bit congested. Well, this is where we see whether Milan sit back now and protect what they've got. Whether Inter can pile on the pressure in what remains.
You can see how deep they are. They're saying, come on to us, and then we'll try and hit you on the counter, but it only takes a half chance. It could be 3-3.
Good play by Çalhanoğlu. Marcelo Brozovic. Robin Gosens. Blocked by Salamakis. Last minute of normal time. Di Marco with a chance to cross. Came off Salamakis, and it will be a corner. Giroud can only look on and hope now. Same for Ibrahimovic.
They couldn't, could they?
By the way this game has gone, rule nothing out. We await with interest the fourth official's ball to see how much added time there's going to be. But in the final seconds of the 90, Inter threatened from the corner. Di Marco takes it. Back out to him it comes, beautifully controlled. Origi blocked the cross. Back in again from Di Marco, and the goalkeeper came a long way for that. But what a good claim.
Brilliant goalkeeping. There's a lot of height on it, so he can get across. And he holds on to it as well, under pressure. Good defending from Hernandez at the back post as well, blocking off players. Allows his goalkeeper to come and take the pressure off. And they're just winding down this clock now as best they can, Milan.
Five minutes of added time. A minimum of 5 minutes added time. As the new owners look on, hoping the points will be Milan's. Inter hope for a rescue act in what remains. Milan head to Austria next for their first Champions League game of the season at Salzburg. And they go to Sampdoria for their next league game. It's Bayern next for Inter at home in the Champions League, their next league game here against Torino. But is there another goal left in this derby? living on their nerves on that bench, in that technical area. Salamaker's in no rush with the restart. Dumfries. Is it going to be a second defeat of the season already for Inter? It's just their 5th game of the campaign. Dzeko flicks it on. Milan get the free kick.
He doesn't need to do that, Dzeko. You're under pressure. Silly free kick to give away. But they all feel that the referee hasn't given them much. Oh, it's Çalhanoğlu with the first challenge. That's why the free kick was given, not for the one from Dzeko. Watch this. There you go. Referee saw it. Silly challenge, Çalhanoğlu. But if it stays like this, Milan go back to the top of the table as well, above Atalanta. Massive win for them. Inter will drop down into 5th.
The yellow card shown here. D'Ambrosio. Well, he wasn't going to be bullied there, was he?
Not at all. He's a big lad, Leao, and what a player he is. And the 2 goals he's scored have been absolutely magnificent. He's been the difference at times, hasn't he?
Yeah. 2 goals and an assist. Flag is up. Time very much of the essence for Inter. Origi it was who'd strayed offside, sent forward by Di Marco, flicked on by Dzeko. Martinez, that was not a bad idea actually.
Yeah, but Goossens with his fresh legs have got to make that run in behind there just to expect something coming his way. He didn't. It was easy to defend.
Mkhitaryan. Good challenge by Pobega. His first Milan derby. Player who came through the youth system when he made his first team debut this season for Milan. Last minute of the 5 added on. Goossens over towards Lautaro Martinez. And Mkhitaryan! Oh.
Well, it's a brilliant strike. He keeps it down so well, Mkhitaryan, but he just drags it just a little bit. Mike Maignan was really struggling if that's on target. Keeps it down, but it's bending away. That might be the last chance of the game.
The reaction in the stands and on the Milan bench tells you how close that was. Or at least how close they thought it was. Will it be Inter's last chance? Are Milan about to win the first derby of the season?
I just have to wonder now, Inzaghi, is he saying it? I got it wrong, the call for the team was not right.
Still we go on into a 6th minute of added time. Will something drop for Inter? Dumfries with the header. Milan get it clear again, but they can't keep hold of it. Milan fans baying for the final whistle. Off the head of Benacer. Di Marco's won it back. Is there one last chance here? That was celebrated almost like a goal. And Inter are stretched, and Milan are racing forwards. Rafael Leao wants it, and Origi hits it. I think the better pass was Leao, actually.
I think you should have just run it in the corner, kill the game, but I think it's going to be all over anyway.
The points belong to the champions, and he was the star man, Rafael Leao. No wonder he's smiling. 2 goals and an assist. It was Inter who took the lead initially, but how Milan turned it around. Inter made it difficult for them in the end, but what a derby it's been. They go 2 points above Inter in the table, Milan. 21 Serie A games unbeaten. It's already into second league defeat of the season. The Milan fans are bouncing, and they've taken all 3 points, Nigel Spatman, in the derby.
And I think overall they deserved the win, Milan. They were the better team. Inter fought hard to try and get back on level terms, but Milan stood tall. But that was a magnificent game, the best game I've seen this season anywhere. Can we have some more of that, please?
Fantastic entertainment from the two clubs in Milan. What a show they put on for us today, last season's top two. It finishes at a fervent San Siro. Milan 3, Inter 2.
Many thanks to Adam and Nigel. Nigel, we may well have something similar on the way a little bit later on when we go to the Stadio Olimpico in Rome for another two of this season's title contenders, potentially. Lazio, Napoli. But right now it's all about an absolutely terrifically entertaining Milan derby. James Horncastle.
Yeah, welcome back, Serie A on BT. I mean, great advert for the league. This has been such a great game, well, throughout its history, but certainly in recent years. And I think it has a significant bearing on the season, even though it's still early. What we're seeing is Milan picking up where they left off last year, which is winning or getting results in the big games. They only lost 1 of 10 against the top 6 last year. They've already drawn against Atalanta in Bergamo. They came back today from behind, got in front, stayed in front, have won it, and Inter also picking up where they left off last year. And it was results like this one which cost them the title. We've seen them lose to Lazio last weekend, lose again tonight. And even though Inzaghi's substitutions helped get his team back into the game, and who knows what would have happened if Theo Hernandez gets a second yellow card for that challenge on Denzel Dumfries. But I think there'll be serious questions for Inzaghi after this as we hear another rendition of Pioli's On Fire over the PA.
Well, they're not wrong. Milan, champions last season, back on top of the table. Olivier Giroud with a thought for the stricken comrade, currently Alessandro Florenzi. But in all other respects, it is a night to celebrate for the Rossoneri and their supporters. Have a quick look at the table.